Hello, this is Terry. Who do I have on the line?
This is Brandon. Hey, Mr. Terry. How you doing?
Hey, Brandon, you got those missions down. I love it, man. I appreciate that. Hey, Brandon, I'm glad you gave me a call. You got your mom on the line, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hey, before we start, why don't you tell me what led you to find me in this conversation? How did it all start?
Well, originally I was looking at, wholesaling online and, trying to figure out how the heck could I get started doing this, because I'm seeing a lot of people doing it and I find it very, inspirational. So, if they could do it, I could do it too.
First, hey, tell the audience how old you are, first of all.
I'm 17 years old.
One more time, I don't think they heard you. How old are you?
I'm 17 years old.
You're 17 years old, and you're looking at real estate already. How long have you been looking at real estate?
I've been looking at real estate for a couple months.
Is that right? Wow.
Yeah, a couple months.
What got you started, just out of curiosity? What led you to wanting to do real estate? Hey, you know what? You're 17. There's a lot of other things you could be thinking about, but you're thinking about real estate. Why real estate?
Because I like commissions, and I like money, and I like it quick. Not really quick, but, I like big chunks of it. I don't like salaries.
Man, I'm telling you what, man. At your age, what you're telling me, man, is just mind-boggling, because, man, I don't think I was until my 20s and 30s before I even had a clue what was going on. But, he's passed away now, but my uncle, when I was about your age and even younger, he was successful in real estate. Mm-hmm. And he would talk to me about real estate. He told me to save my money, buy a house, pay the house off. And he showed me his houses. He even bought a house once that I showed him. So, at your age, he was trying to teach me about real estate. So let's go ahead, and the reason we're now talking is because your mother is on the line, and I told you in a text, because I think we text about 3 or 4 times. You called me, then we text, and I said, hey, look, I'd rather your parents know what you're trying to do and what's going on, because I'm an adult and you're a kid, and I don't want nothing going wrong. So Mom, could you come in now and kind of give us an idea why we're doing this call, or go ahead and start the conversation, please?
Well, hello.
Hi there.
Hi. I'm Martine.
Okay.
And I'm Brandon's mom. And Brandon came to me and he told me that he was interested in doing real estate. And at first I was a little kind of shaky on it. And he's like, no, Mom, I'm really interested in this and that. And I'm like, okay, if this is something that you really want to pursue, then I don't have a problem. We'll support you.
Right. Wow. That's interesting. I did some consulting with a person, and I ended up losing a little money on that deal, but I hired a lawyer to try to get that money back. And in the process, I started looking for other people that lost money in this same venture, and I found a lady. Her son is the #1 skateboarder in the world right now. And he is from the area pretty close to where I live. And I had read about him when he was young. And, he's just phenomenal. And I had a chance to talk to her on the phone like I'm talking to you. And it's just amazing. He started a project where he's delivering water to people in Africa as his charity. And it's just, I asked her, I said, how does it feel to have a son that's like the #1 skateboarder in the world, and you're working out of these offices and doing everything? And she told me, but I can't remember what she said. But here we are looking at Brandon at 17, and he's got real estate on his mind, and it's just, I'm like, wow. The ambition. I talk to people that are 50s, 60s that they have challenges financially and they aren't where they want to be. And then I look at Brandon at 17 and I'm going, wow, this is amazing. So, I'm going to go ahead and let you ask any questions you want. As a mother, I really appreciate you, looking after him, because yes, you should be concerned, because there are, like with everything else in life, there could be some things that, he can go down the wrong road because of his
Exactly.
ambition. He can be taught wrong and given all kinds of things that can influence him because he's so young. So you go right ahead, lay it out, give it to me. I'll answer every single question.
Well, for starters, this what he wants to do is, I guess he's looking to, learn more about real estate, and he brought me to your page and to the game, and I looked at it, I reviewed it, and I'm like, okay, this seems pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So now my question to you is, where do we go from here? Being that he's so young,
Right.
and he's interested in being an investor. Where do we go? He's still in school. So let me add now.
Yes.
He is in school. He's 17. This is his last year, so he's a senior. In August, he is also a swimmer.
Wow.
And yes, he's a swimmer. He's gone to Junior Olympics 3 or 4 times now.
Yeah,
Four
you told
times
me
he's
that.
gone.
Right.
Yes, that's true. Yes.
Wow.
So he wants to. So he wants to pursue swimming. He has a school. He wants to go to Florida State, and he wants to go to the Olympics.
I love it.
It's true. This is what he wants. He's wanted this since he was 5 years old, and I don't know where it came about. I literally just put him in swimming just for him to know how to swim, because we have a river in the back of our house.
Wow.
So I didn't want him to one day walk outside and he lands in there and he can't swim. So I said, okay, you're going to go to a swim school. You're going to learn how to really swim, not get thrown into the water, kind of do a couple paddles, and that's not swimming. And so he just evolved into this swimmer.
Wow.
So,
wow.
yes.
That, I'm just amazed that, I don't know him yet, but I can just see just all these great qualities. And he's a very nice young man. He's very cordial, and congratulations to you and his father. When I was younger, people used to tell me my daughters were well behaved, nice, and just what they were doing. They were giving me a compliment, but I didn't think. To me, that was the way it was when I came up. That's the way I was. So sometimes I kind of looked at it sideways by, oh, are you saying that my kids are supposed to be bad? But I go, hey, after I got a little older, it's like, man, knuckleheads, you're just trying to go negative. Me, I was trying to go negative. Hey, give me a compliment, leave it at that, and move on. So, but I'm really impressed with them, and I don't know where we go because I've never had this happen. I'm kind of honored. I am honored a lot, and I kind of see myself as being a role model for him, a mentor. In that capacity, but we're going to have some really strict guidelines that, hey, you're going to continue to swim, and if you stop swimming, we stop real estate. I don't want him to think that now because he wants to be a real estate investor, he drops all those other things. I mean, the grades, everything has to come first before the real estate.
Well, I can say this.
Yes.
I can say this. We had a lengthy conversation this morning, and I told him that I don't have any problems with him pursuing this real estate venture that he's on, because he has been speaking about this for a very long time. And this is what he wants to do. This is what he wants to do. I mean, we have a very tight-knit family between me and my husband and his grandparents in New York. I mean, he literally told me, oh, Mom, you know what? I'm so interested in this. Like, I'm going to talk to Mr. Terry. I'm going to see how it goes, of course, with you and Dad's permission. And then I'm going to see if I can call Granddaddy. I just want to make sure that I'm, on the right path.
Yes.
And, I told him, I said, I don't have a problem with any of what you're trying to pursue, but you have to remember one thing. School is the focus. As long as you keep your grades intact, and I told him that because he's an athlete, I'm just A's and B's I'm okay with, because he trains 6 days a week for 5 hours every day, sometimes a little bit more. It's a lot
For
to
swimming?
do swimming and then school. Yeah, for swimming, 6 days a week, every day.
Wow.
Every single day. Sometimes he has to go at 5 in the morning before high school, go to school. Then after that, goes back into the pool from 3 to 5:30, and then he goes to another swimming facility from about 6 to about 8. So he swims for a lot. I mean, he swims for a very long time. So I told him, if you're able to incorporate real estate with your swimming, with your school, I don't have a problem. If any one of those two falls off, this is over.
Yeah.
And he said, okay, Mom. So that is his commitment to us and our commitment to him. We will be there. We will guide him. And anything that he needs, we're willing to go forward with it. I don't have a problem. Hence the reason why I needed to speak to you, to make sure, this wasn't some person he found off the internet. And I told him, I said, listen, I need to make sure that this person is for real. For all I know, this could be a pedophile. You're a young kid. We don't know what we're dealing with over the internet.
That's right. That's one of the dangers of the internet. But then on the other hand, I could say, it's one of the good things, because I personally know who I am. I'd have done the same thing with you if my daughters would have been just like Brandon. So, luckily he found a good person. And I think you're going to find out as we go along. I think if you did reviews on the internet, you won't see but one guy complaining about me. But it's not about anything bad. It's about he just didn't like the way I talk. And I go, hey, sometimes that happens. But, we had a conversation on the phone. I always talk to people first. This is who I am, what I do. And if you want to continue. And if you don't, go away. But if you can start with me and at some point you figure I'm not what you want and you quit and you stop, that's on you.
Right.
I've had a lot of students do well financially. So with real estate, I've done well financially for myself. But, that being said, I'm going to keep you and your husband and all the family members involved with what I teach them, because you guys are going to have to help him mold his style, philosophy, thought process. So, for example, I might say, well, hey, I'm going to teach you how to do a house. But knowing Brandon's ambition, he might want to decide to buy a motel,
Oh,
maybe,
gosh.
Maybe I'm thinking too small for him,
Brandon is, oh my goodness, Brandon has talked about duplexes, Brandon has talked about buildings, he's all over. I'm like, oh my, I said, Brandon, okay, I hear him loud and clear. This is what he wants, and I'm just like, okay, let's pursue this and see where this goes. He's like, but Mom, I'm not letting school go. I need a foundation. I know.
Yeah.
You told me about. I know. I need a foundation. He needs a foundation. As long as he gets that and he understands. And it's like I tell him, I went to college. My husband went to college. Yes, college is good to have the degree behind your name. So if anything happens, at least you're not stuck at, a supermarket or Walmart or whatever, stocking boxes and You're making minimum wage. I told him college is not for that. You go to college for your degree. And guess what? This is just your backup plan. If you really want to make money, you have to get into business for yourself. Uncle Sam is not going to give you a job that's going to give you money to become rich. That's not how it works.
Right.
They give you enough for you to to stay afloat, to be above water. That's as good as it gets. They make sure they have you tied in. And of course, they throw in the pension and all that good stuff.
Yeah, and it's for certain people.
It's for certain people.
But Brandon, I'm like,
Brandon isn't gonna cut.
Brandon ain't normal. he's normal. He walks and he puts on his pants like most people. But I used to tell my dad, I got a different mind. He would ask me things, and I would, probably similar to Brandon, I'd come with something, right? And it was like I got a different mind, Dad. I just think differently. Was that your husband I heard in the background by chance?
No, okay. Actually, my husband is at work.
Okay, I was gonna say, hey, hello to him, and
Okay.
do a little introduction. But again, this is kind of different for me. I'm honored. You know, I've been at this 38 years of teaching, and I've taught people all over the world. But this has got to be one of the most gratifying moments for me, because this feels good in my heart, and it's. I mean, I don't know. I'm like almost teary-eyed because this guy, he picks me out of everybody in the world. He picks me, calls me, texts me, but he's got my game, he's playing it, and he says he already learned how to do one level, which I told him, I said, look, you're young, you have no obstacles, setbacks, world giving things that you can't have this and you shouldn't do this. You haven't been jaded yet. So you took the game with all your learning abilities and you applied yourself 100%, which most people should do. So that's why you did it. Most people have so much stuff that stops them. Life. And some of it's good, some of it's bad. But, you know, he took up, okay, what's next? What do I do? And I'm like, I don't know yet. So haven't had a program, haven't anybody 17 years old, but I can see big things for him. I can see big things. Whatever he does, I know he's going to be super successful. I took martial arts when I was younger. I loved it. I was like Brandon. I was at the school under my instructor learning, and just, you know, when I was younger, it gave me direction and kept me off the streets. Right. And I was very disciplined and loved it. So swimming to Brandon is like what karate was to me. And that karate instructor was the person that kept me. I mean, he made me who I was today. So a role model, as you well know, a mentor, the right one, does wonders. So I don't know. We're going to have some more conversation. The thing of it is, I have a coaching program that, you know, is a lengthy program. I don't know. I'm going to need some more time to figure it out. We probably going to talk some more. But, you know, I just wanted to answer the personal questions that you have. This is just a start, and we're going to have to figure it out because I just don't know. I'll accept him. I'll accept him. No, I'll accept him. And, you know, but I just got to figure it out. And how much is enough with his schedule. So there's got to be more dialogue, you know, between all of us.
Okay, well, for right now, because he's not in school and due to COVID, his facility is closed right now. So
right.
He does time, and the reason why he was moving so fast in the sense of him calling you and us having a conversation, he literally said, "Mom, I really need to do this." I'm like, okay. He says, "Can you speak to Mr. Terry?" I said, "Yes. When would you like?" He was like, "Mom, that would be great if it's okay with you." I said, "Okay, Brandon, fine. I'll speak to him now." He's like, "Mom, I'm trying to get out there by like Monday." I'm like, "Monday, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday?" He says, "Yes, Mom. So I need this. You know, if you can speak to him now, that would be great."
Oh, man.
That's why we're on the phone speaking right now, because he wants it like yesterday.
Brandon, what did you want? What's happening Monday, man? You didn't tell me nothing about Monday.
This is what he's saying. He wants to get out, start knocking at people's doors, and he wants to drive for dollars.
He's talking the right language. He's talking the real estate language. That's what's amazing.
Yes. This is what I'm telling you.
What's he going to drive? His bicycle, or does he have a car?
No, he has a car.
What?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. He's a good kid.
Oh, I know.
He's a good kid. He doesn't like sneak out. He's not, into drugs. He's not into anything. If I say, "Brandon, do this," Brandon does it. Brandon asked me, "Mom, do you mind if I go outside and play basketball?" For crying out loud, the basketball park, it's not even a park. It's our court that's right here next to our house.
Yes.
And he said, "Mom, do you mind if I go?" He's 17 years old, but he has so much respect for us. It's not like I'm just picking up the keys and leaving. Never. So I said, "Okay, yeah, you can go." So with this, he's going to ask and he's going to get consult first before he just gets up and do. So he's just like, "Mom, I need for you to be on board." listen, Brandon thinks it's okay for him to have a $300-400 suit, and I'm like, you're still growing. His foot is a size 13 for crying out loud. He's 6 feet.
Oh, he's 6 foot? Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, I was going to ask you, does he eat a lot with all that swimming?
Yes, he does. Especially when he swims. He can eat us out of the house.
Well, that's why he needs something to bring in some finances, because he owes you all that back money for all the foods you had to feed him with.
You have no idea. He can eat.
Wow.
There's chewing and swallowing. He inhales. It's just, that's what he does.
Wow.
But it's okay. I'm okay with it.
Yeah. So, okay, I really appreciate it. And if you don't mind, could you text me? I'm sorry. I'm going to text Brandon my email address. And when I communicate, I'm going to communicate through you guys first.
Okay.
And so you can put your special touch on it, and then we kind of go to him with what we think is right. So right now we're off to a good start, Brandon. Everything is good. But, we're going to have to, me and your mom and your dad going to have to talk a little bit and figure out, what's enough for you. Because for most people that train with me, Brandon, they're adults. And they make decisions, and we work together. I'm not saying you're not an adult. You're a young adult. I know you're very smart, articulate, the whole 9 yards. But I got to moderate this through your parents, because they know how much you should have and how much you shouldn't have.
Yeah.
So we're all good, man. You did everything you're supposed to. I mean, I really appreciate the fact that you picked me. I'm so honored, man. I'm probably going to shut down my work today and just go take a nap or go sit down and just smile, because, I feel really good when I help people. But to come from like you, I mean, I would love to see how well you progress, and I'll be able to brag on you. We started when 17. Now you're this, and that. And, it's like you're like my kids, man. When they do something, they make me proud. So I'm going to tell you, you're going to be the same way. All of my students are like that. But there's something special about you, man, that I'm like, wow. You already got my heart. This ain't about the dollars. You got my heart, man. I think I'm seeing myself in you, like with my uncle, when he used to talk to me and tell me about things. I would listen and listen and listen. He was to the point where sometimes he would repeat the same things twice in a week, but it didn't matter, because, hey, that was my favorite uncle.
Definitely that. Yep.
So I can't think of nothing else. With that being said, I really appreciate you doing this interview and allow me to, interview Brandon, who's such a great young man. And I really like to get my software into schools for financial education. But it's a big challenge. I'm okay with it. So I love what I do. All right. Anything else that we need to cover? Okay, Brandon.
I want to know.
Go ahead, Brandon.
I want to know if I can finish your program on the game by the end of this week and be on the get-go by next week.
Whoa. I hate to say, I don't, you like to use the word no, but there's a lot of things, Brennan, that game doesn't do.
Okay.
It's just a game. It's like Monopoly. Mm-hmm. You play Monopoly, but have you noticed that Monopoly is not like my game is like this, but Monopoly, it teaches you to go around the block and get $200.
You're right.
That's not realistic. Maybe, well, maybe it is, but it's kind of far-fetched for most people. My game just gives you the education pieces, the fundamentals, the basics, just like swimming. Now I got to give you the real world, how it applies. You got to ask me questions. There's financing. Let's say you go out and you find a motel that is for sale, and we need $2 million. I know you're good, Brandon, but where is $2 million going to come from?
You're right.
See, so we got to fill in those blanks, and again, your parents got to be there, because they're going to have some say so. And hey, $2 million. Well, we got to look at this, and do we want to go 2 million now, or do we want to go 20 million? And there's so many things, variables that need a team teamwork. You're in the car and you're out ahead of us, but you're leaving us behind in a sense, and we're important. So everybody's got to be in that car riding with you.
You're right.
But I love your ambition, man. It ain't often that I get ambition, man, and I'm like, I don't want to suppress it. I really don't, because most people don't have it, Brandon.
I'm telling you,
they don't.
It's true.
They don't. I sometimes teach students, and I said, okay, hey, look, they want to wholesale, Brandon, which you know what that is. They want to wholesale a deal for $5,000. I had a day trader sign up with me, and he wanted to just flip deals so he can take his money and put it back into the market. And I was like, why don't you keep that deal? And so one house, he wanted to make $5,000. But on the far end of what I do is, hey, why don't you keep the house, turn it into an assisted living facility? And that way you can take care of, elderly, seniors, veterans. And in California, you can charge $4,000 per resident. And so we can have 6 in California. So that's $24,000 a month just on income from a assisted living. That's $288,000 a year. Now, some of my students are in that field. They're nurses, and they've had expertise in that field. But if they come to me and say, well, all I want to do is make a little money and flip a house. Well, you're going to make $5,000 for flipping a house. But if you think bigger, well, that one house you found, why don't you maybe see about making it your own business? So my job is to give you ideas, give you concepts, and then let your brain go where it wants. So it's a lot. So like you said, well, you want to get in the car and you want to go and, will you be able to make this all happen? Well, okay, let's take a big look. See, I teach people 11 ways to do something with a house. And so far, you just know one. But it's okay. So I don't want to get into the teaching part. That's the teacher in me coming out already. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll go ahead and stop this call. Brendan, I'm going to text you my email address. And I want you to give it to your mom because I'm going to send her, I'm going to send her a copy of this. So, all right. Anything else, Brandon? Anything on your mind that you want to discuss? Because I didn't give you a chance to say a whole lot. And me and your mom.
No, I kind of know everything that I wanted to know. I'm kind of good.
You kind of got us figured out, don't you?
Yeah, I already kind of know the rules, so I'm fine.
Mom, you did an excellent job with him again. He's a great young man. I'll tell you what, if my daughters ever get married, I want them to be a guy like him. But I don't think they're getting married because they're just about as stubborn as I am, and it's like so independent and got different minds. So he's a great man. Definitely. And you tell your husband he did a great job, and I'm looking forward to meeting him. And it has been wonderful.
By the way, Terry, where do you live?
I'm in California.
Oh, you're in California.
Sacramento, yes, definitely.
Oh, sweet.
Now,
that's where my daughter wants to go to school.
Is that right? What school?
She wants to go to UCLA.
UCLA. Well, she's up in that'd be Southern California.
Southern California,
about an hour away. But well, UCLA is well known. I will say this, Brandon. Hey, do you know where Boca Raton is at?
No, I've never heard of that.
You know Boca. Where we live. Wait, in Florida, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, Boca in Florida, of course.
Yes.
10 minutes away from Boca.
10 minutes away? I've been there, Brandon. And guess what? I had some real estate there, and I had to go there to protect my interests, which, again, you ain't going to understand. But Boca was beautiful. I loved it. So, maybe one day we'll do some research, and maybe I might still be in the records there so you can see it. But, yeah, I've been to Florida. Yeah, definitely. It was a condo that I was dealing with. So,
okay.
Wow.
Well, we live right there, very close to Boca.
Are you guys?
My daughter's gymnastics school is there in Boca too.
Are you guys near any of the beaches? Because I just know Florida's a lot of beaches.
Florida has a lot of beaches, but we live more inland and we live more west. So it's about 20-25 minutes to get to the beach.
Yeah. Interesting. All right.
Not too far.
And my dad lived, where did he live? Oh, it's a funny name of a little town, and I'm like, I used to laugh at just the name. Can't think of it right now. But anyway, all right. Thank you kindly. I appreciate both of you. Brennan, again, thank you for reaching out to me. I'm so honored.
No problem. No problem.
All right. We'll talk very soon. You guys have a great day. All right.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye.